What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of MechaWill Plays Horizon Zero Dawn. I hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. We did a lot of reading last time. I can't guarantee that it won't happen on this episode. However, on YouTube, you got this wonderful function. If you don't like seeing the lore or the reading, I'm trying to understand, okay? I barely understand myself. How am I supposed to understand a PhD written game about robotics, you know? I gotta read everything I can. Mr. Cheesenip just committed seppuku in my chat yet again. Now, that's on him because he knows what that does.
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change
Pay attention,
of direction.
guys, pay attention.
I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right?
They're talking about the military,
robotics firm in the world.
the military shift where they
Why
went
would
to.
we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems?
You guys never watched The Terminator.
Past?
This is real life.
All I can say at this juncture is,
You fools.
trust me.
Oh,
we'll
no.
be exploiting a massive growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity.
Dude, this guy's something got to him.
Hours.
The aliens got to him.
Then they stopped to make.
Somebody got to, I'm telling you, this is an Area 51 like Stonehenge situation. The UFO sucked his brains out of his body and said, we got to make some robots. The human race, they're getting too much to handle. You're back. It's okay. Don't forget about the classic. Anyway, let's continue onwards here. So, yeah, we're getting little pieces of the puzzle just drip-fed to us. Nothing more fun than that. Ted Faro seems to me like... That's what I was saying a little bit earlier. Seems to me like that guy got compromised. Somehow, somebody's paying his interests here. There's some weird genetic... Like, I don't understand who we are in all of this, because we were claimed to be the entity. Something tells me we were like a test tube baby. You know, they got out their little medical equipment and created me in a lab using the cells of Dr. What's her name? And here we are.
The air. There's no smell to it. Not even old death.
This must be like the old laboratory
Nothing
or
natural.
something. Oh, Streamlabs, you horrible thing. How dare you betray me? How dare you betray me like that? It's the, it's uncanny. I pay your bills. It's because of me, 8-Ball, that you've got a roof over your head. If you're watching YouTube, this makes no sense. I'm very sorry about that. Let's take a look at this guy. RE complaint. All right, we got something to read here. All right, it looks like I was not elected to lead. I was elected to read, so we will be reading this in just a second. It looks like Mr. Cheesehead needs some more advice. Again, if you want to join the fun here on twitch.tv/MechaWill, just come on by. I've got a cool stream countdown now in my description, so you can check out, you know, when I'm streaming, and you don't even have to ask me anymore. Another off-topic question: should I level up more at the start or buy better items first? Well, I think the best thing, talk to me after sipping on some H2Go. The classic Pog juice. To answer your question, Mr. Cheesenip, the best thing you can do with your money in any Dark Souls game, I'm going to give you this tip right off the top of the dome piece. Upgrade your weapons. You can make it through any Dark Souls game with a baller weapon and no upgrades in your levels or no, like, armor at all. The weapon matters the most, I think. So upgrade your weapons. After that, I would say level your character up before buying new equipment. You'll find new equipment. The only time you really need to buy anything is if you really want a certain weapon that you can then upgrade into, you know, desperate proportions. I could host you, but I don't have any followers to see that I'm hosting. You got followers? What are you talking about? I've seen people follow you on my stream. How dare you lie to me? Hinty Pup is doing the host. Thank you. We're getting some consistent hosts. First of all, thank you. Yeah, Minty Pup. It's more than appreciated. And I also got to call out my boy, Kyle. Where's Kyle? Kyle might not be here right now, but Kyle's also hosting me right now. Is a blessing. Blessing. Let's take a look. There you go. The positivity is out of control down there. Outside of your gourds in chat. Oh, all right, let's talk to Jay. Hey, reception, if that is your real name. Want to know who scheduled Indo-Malay? Malay? Don't chastise me for that. Next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bid by 40%. So he was playing politics, and he got some good juice out of it. I'll explain, because your receptionist-level brain probably requires it. Shots fired. Those two sides are fighting, and what do we sell? We sell combat machines. We want them to hate each other, so they will try to fight each other with what? That's right, combat machines, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I just suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thanks a bunch. So this guy is a real jerk. All I have to say about that. But all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to get together. And you know what? I feel like this is probably what would happen in the real world. I like that they're taking a real world bent to this thing. Very cool. Jay, your parents never loved you. I have to come out and say it. I'm sorry. They gave me a call. They wanted to talk about some real deep, dark things, and it took a couple hours, but I finally got it out of them. You were a mistake. Sorry, Jay. Ugh! Karma? Is that you? Please. Spare me.
I'll bet I can use that as a ramp to get back up.
This looks like, excuse me? What are you talking about? Oh, it's a shortcut. We've just gotten a shortcut. How incredible. How do I get up there? Whoop. I was gonna say, this looks like Darth Vader's throne room right now.
Looks like I can climb here.
A ladder. That's new technology, boys. We haven't seen that all game. That is not true. Wait a second. I'm recalling some ladders. But not that many. Maybe they haven't learned how to do that yet. Getting a lot of supplies, making me think that there's going to be a fight happening. All I have to say about that, we get over there. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. See, well, yep, nope, saw that happening. This seems very problematic. I think I think we're gonna struggle here for a second. If you just bear with me, bear down for midterms. Bear down for midterms. We'll be making our way up to the top in just a second. Gotta figure out how do we parkour off the left flank, do a quadruple backflip off the top, do a Rodney Mullen 360 hard flip off of the nose grind? Or am I being silly? Is there a better way to go around here? Is that a thing to yeah, okay. Wait, here before. You fool. Maybe if my spear was more effective than hitting this with a pen, we'd be doing okay. But apparently we can't make it through there because the designers of the game don't love us. Okay, can do something like that. Do something like this. Drop ledge. No. Drop to ledge. Drop to ledge. What's wrong? Am I being a am I being a dummy here? Is there a place to go that I'm failing at right now? What, does it look something like that? No? Okay. Let's try this again. Wait, maybe we shoot something with our weapon that has been designed throughout this whole game. You make a nice point. I see the path. I see the path. We have to somehow get on these little, oh. On these little railings. There. Whoa, no, 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 no. Go back, go back. This does not seem like the intended design. I'm just gonna say. Oh, that was a tough one. Geometry did not want to play around. All right, we're back in the saddle, boys. I'm sorry about that. It was... Yeah. We don't need to speak about it, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little something like that.
Made it.
Suddenly, there's 0 issues. Excuse me. Thank you. So, we're, like, in the science facility where they did all the tests and the whatnots. Where are all the bodies? This is one of those episodes we're doing a lot of reading. Again, bear with me. I want to know the story. I really want to know these things. I don't need to put a disclaimer at the start of every single one, but I do want to have this moment here. I got a feeling. Whoops, that's the wrong source. There you go. This is so you guys can read it as well. Paula, recent events. This is from Ted. Old Ted Theodore Logan. Recent events have sharpened my perspective, and I think that I and the FAS in general have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Very interesting. Not under any specific religious framework, of course, but in a more general sense, as in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. Bro, you don't talk religion at work. There's enough problems with that. Where are all the bodies? I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe with the intention of scheduling a conference soon, very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later, but for now, let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock down something. Make it a big tent. No cooks. Too many kooks in the kookshin. But anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Let's make sure we spare no expense. So they're performing a religious summit. Very interesting. I'm telling you, this Ted guy, there's something wrong with him. Somebody dropped him as a child. Something of the sort. Let that square come back out again. Yeah. Enhance. Minty Pup says, I come back to just hear where are all the bodies? Did I just mishear something? You heard correctly. There's a mystery going on. You think Scooby-Doo runs into a room and says, hey, you know, even though everybody in this place should be clearly dead, I'm going to completely ignore the fact that there's no bodies in this place. No, Scooby-Doo tells it like it is. He says, hey, where's all the goddamn bodies in this place? Similar, something similar to that. You know, he's got a real temper off camera that you don't see too often. Also, Scooby-Doo is the dog, right? So maybe Shaggy. Like, where's all the bodies though? That wasn't good. We're gonna work on that one. We'll get back to you on that. More campus logs. I'm sorry, boys. It's got to be done. I gotta know such things. High priority alert. Alert. Automated log note. Lockdown initiated. Non-essential systems entered hibernation. Due to the increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, security of employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we've taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. That's why the bodies are gone. I understand. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for archiving and/or disposal of project-related materials. ISEC and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise. Do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit. Remain committed. Yada, yada, yada. Personal firearms must be relinquished. It's a big lockdown. It's like Resident Evil with Mia Jovovich. They locked down all the employees, took away their weapons, took away their Second Amendment rights. Just kidding. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed to relieve waiting time at the outer security cordons. They didn't let them out. Recent campus security, all staff reminded to present an ID. Recent acts of terrorism. There's a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign up is required and strongly encouraged. Okay, so yeah, just slowly inching towards a totalitarian state. Totally understood. No problemo at all. George Orwell would be crawling in his grave. That's all right.
At the corporation.
You guys gambling down there. What the heck are you doing? You guys think this is a game? You guys think my Twitch chat is a game? There's a real problem with that. We take things serious here, okay? It's something you got to keep in mind. We take things very seriously. We don't play games around here. I realize I'm holding this right now, but beyond that. Mr. Cheesenut balling out of control in chat right now. That's all I want to know. Just tell me before he hits the roulette button again and freaking bans himself from my chat. It's not my fault. I can't control such things. If you're joining right now, welcome on in. We're playing Horizon Zero Dawn. And the Zero and the Dawning are both quite apparent at this moment in time. What does that mean? Search your feelings, Luke. You know it to be true. Commands, command. Uh-oh. There's, like, I have certain MooBot functions activated. If there's something we're missing,
A long way up.
I'll take a look at it.
Metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek.
Okay, so Dr. Sobek is the, our lookalike. Our paid actor from 200 years ago.
If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too.
Exactly. Excuse me, I'll just Spider-Man my way around the, perimeter. There's a platforming section. Did not think that would work. Very cool. So yeah, I'm kind of excited to see where the storyline goes. Mostly because I have zero understanding of what's happening right now. I think the general idea... Hello, my friend. Don't mind if I already scanned you. Go ahead and play this. Let's pay attention here. I like paying attention.
Offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Team or Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been...
This guy sounds like a tool.
Saturated, but it's not.
Just from his audio file.
Responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise you, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear
He's been taken by the aliens. His brain's been sucked out of his freaking cranium.
Days, maybe weeks to come. Just bear in mind that we will get past this. And the day's coming.
Keep in mind that this is the Jeff Bezos of this timeline.
That's what they called their machines.
Yeah, it's hilarious, isn't
They
it?
were built for war, not peace.
Freaking hilarious. Yeah, so, yeah, Ted Farrow, he just seems like a real jerk. Excuse me. Let me access these highly convenient nodules in the wall. You don't mind? And he's basically, you know, he's the world's first trillionaire. He's the Jeff Bezos of this world. And he... Something doesn't feel right with him. Okay. Lots of supplies.
I have to leave something else behind.
There's no way that this bony meat's been sitting up here for 2 decades and is okay to eat. I need somebody with some nutritionist degree to come down and give me the juice on that, because that doesn't seem right at all. There's a quick way to end. Oh, you fell through the crack in the ground. Stop killing yourself in my chat. It's not. It's unbecoming of a civilized nation. Okay. Where the heck are we right now? Am I losing my mind? We're just going through the green zone, wishing things would be different. Please let me out. Let me out of here. Let me out. Minty Pup, don't leave you in there alone. Somebody go join her in the chat. Make her feel better. What's wrong with you guys? If Mr. Cheesenip would stop murdering himself, we'd be in a much better situation right now. This seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna say that from the jump. This is just a bad idea. But you never know. It could work. It could work. If we just slowly slide off the edge, we can make our way to the tree trunk. Oh, invisible wall. Okay, you got me on that one. To be real with you, you really got me on that. Oh! Bruh. Jump. Oh, thank you for coming into the chat. Nice to meet you as well, Lara Tamashi. Well, you could say I jumped. You could say it was maybe not of my own volition, but a jump occurred nonetheless. And here we are. Let's try this again, shall we? Ted Farrow, he's been waiting for this for 200 years. He can wait just a little bit longer. While we make our way up the elevator shaft of doom here. That's an incredible emote, by the way. What is that? Yakemi hehe. Gotta love it. Oh, the parkour skills out of control. Taught at a young age from the YouTube generation. Minty Pup says, I'm not sure when I'll stream next. I don't have a schedule. I just stream whenever I want to. I feel you on that. Holding a schedule is rough. You know, it's like it's like a real job at that point. And you gotta make sure that you're on time. Don't talk to me about being 5 minutes late today. I don't want to hear it. Fantasy incident. All right, if you're joining me, this has been a read lore-heavy episode. Please, I can read fairly fast. Just bear with me here. Bear down for midterms, as we like to say. Bob, another problem to add to our steaming pile of problems from Stacy Anders to old Robbie Rescher. Apparently, a fisherman in the Band of Sea captured video of a Hearts Timor Horus unit, that's a lot of weird words, refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of Pulau Watar. Need a freaking degree to get through this thing. On a pod of endangered dolphins, no less, quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get too graphic, but it looks like what happens inside a blender as a robot was whipping up a big pink swirling milkshake of dolphin chum. And a dyslexic person would have a real problem reading that last line there. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's still propagating, so it's a matter of time before it goes viral. Prepared statement really feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one kind of sucks. So they murdered the dolphins. There's no PR around that. There's no PR around that. Somehow ExxonMobil gets rid of 100 tons of oil into the sea. Mild discomfort. But you don't get around shredding, Echo the friendly dolphin. What is my read speed rate? Oh, that wasn't even. I can speed that up if you want. There's some comprehension has to happen to absorb the
way up.
The dialogue here.
All it takes is a few good handholds.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Wasn't expecting to read about the decimation of natural wildlife. So next time maybe I'll skip it.
All right, made it.
Okay, something happened this time that made it much easier than last time. All right. Teddy boy, I've come for you, okay? There's been many Teds throughout civilization, throughout history. You are not one of the good ones. Theodore Roosevelt took all your good qualities, and unfortunately you were left with the bad ones. Ted Theodore Logan from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He's a sweetheart. To offset all of the good Teds in the world, there has to be a bad Ted. And that's where you come in. Better be 400 words per minute. But eyeballs only work in 24 FPS. Didn't you know? You can't see anything past at 15 FPS. Gotcha. I love climbing things, by the way. I love climbing to the top of these ridiculous random statues. Oh, that was that was unnatural.
Some kind of power cell.
That's pretty cool. Wait a second. I didn't think we'd get a side quest. An ancient suit of armor lies in the ruin of the old ones. Old ones. It's just a it's just a cabal of grandfathers. They all meet at the Sunday chess club in the afternoon. They call themselves the old ones. Nobody wants to mess with them. Visible but out of reach. Find a use for the power cell. Understood.
I wonder what it's for.
Now this is where I really want to jump. I'm gonna be real with you. I would be compromised to a permanent end though. It said rappel down, you fool. Rappel down. That's so cool. That animation. The fastest record read speed is 2,700 words per minute. Are you outside of your freaking mind? That is nuts. Okay. How does one test such a thing? I'm a very competitive dude. If somebody says I can do 2007, I'll do 2701. Fight me. And then I end up doing like 20.
Do you wish to deploy alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Listen, Mr. Computer Man, Microsoft Sam, if you're looking at me, you don't think I've got alpha privileges? I'm gonna show you what that really means. Scan the data point. A zettabyte storage rack. Seagate's really gotten their business knocking. IDK, no problems. We'll figure it out one day.
Elizabeth, good to,
Something very concerning about leaving off the H of her name.
Team, Ted?
no need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed.
Wow, what a nice guy. He looks like a real nice guy, doesn't he?
All right, this promises to be interesting.
Real punchable
Perhaps we
face.
could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So spit it out.
She's right.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
Your killer robots.
Looks like John F. Kennedy got a Bowflex.
Those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would.
You guys lost control.
They're
It's
not
the classic
responding.
situation. You never watched Terminator?
Gone rogue, Ted.
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then.
Show me the
And I'll take
data.
that lunch. Alone.
Oh, got rejected.
Ted Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here. But I hated
Elizabeth, if you just don't mind,
Another fail has been
you're way dead by now. I'm gonna head into the name-changing government, Library of Congress logs, and I'm just gonna throw an H at the end of your name. It's very disconcerting having a name like yours. My brain cannot handle it.
Isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Okay, we got some more
Fully
lore.
aware. It's bad.
Yeah,
Bad?
Ted.
Jesus, Liz.
Maybe you
It's
should have
not
thought about
bad,
that.
Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots
Peacekeepers.
that consume biomass as fuel,
In emergencies.
and you made them capable of self-replication.
Yeah, see that third one there?
Control.
It's the real ringer.
Anymore.
He does
The
look
glitch
fresh though.
severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I did?
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months.
Oh,
We're not talking
like a
full
piece of beef
civilization.
jerky.
We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while
The seventh
contained?
extinction event.
It's not contained. It can't
Call
be.
Norman Reedus.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say.
You've lost your chance,
And
my friend.
whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted.
This is what happens when Michael Scott gets in charge of a technological company, okay?
The Faro robots threatened all life on Earth. But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
Something happened. Somebody saved somebody.
Final file has been recovered.
Final file. Okay, we got one more file, so the lore is coming in hard today. Be prepared to learn the real truth about Ted. Teddy Ruxpin over here decided to become part of a major national corporation. He probably went on Joe Rogan at some point in his life. It did say that he was born in 2013. He thought he could play God. Seems like. And he... listen, the man never read Isaac Asimov, and I understand that. But here's the 3 things that he decided to do for a line of robots. One, he gave them just a crap ton of weapons and made them peacekeepers, and so he sold them for war. And then number 2, he made them able to make robot babies. No reason why, I guess save on production costs. And number 3, he decided to He decided it'd be a cool feature if they could eat human children and turn them into Duracell batteries, just like Morpheus warned about. Take a look at this last one. So, in essence, he really is like the Jeff Bezos of this world. Okay, 6% remaining power.
Project Zero Dawn.
Oh, that's us. That's the name of the game right there.
Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
No,
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience.
You want to tell us what it
sign
is?
that.
Beating around the
You've
bush.
got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I am speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the
I was about to say,
Chiefs.
where are all the world leaders in all this, by the way? These are like
you crazy?
entrepreneurs.
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary
What is
to build
Zero Dawn? It's a
Exactly
Metal
as
Gear
I've designed
to
it.
surpass all Metal
Or
Gears.
don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
So that last line, the real cause of the glitch. So the world, so we must have lied about our, Ted
Look
must
on
have
the
lied
bright
about
side,
it,
Ted.
right?
From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
Cool, it cuts you deep to the core. Straight to the bone marrow.
God forgive me.
And if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
What?
Always a
Her
Rush
solution's
song.
So terrible. What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
Amazing. Yeah, that would have been real nice a little bit earlier. You're a massive supercomputer. You can't give me executive privilege downstairs. So yeah, it appears that the we had a cure for the disease of named Ted, and it caused us to do something terrible. Zero Dawn is a project. It seems like a thing that can be activated. It may have been, you know, I don't know, do something to the environment that will kill most humans but dismantles all robots, or I don't know, so something similar. You always always look around the corners, by the way. A little bit of chill water, don't mind if I already did. This is just the most satisfying thing in a game ever. Shooting an arrow off the top.
Focus could turn something up.
You think so? Is that what you want to, is that really what you want to say right now? And you just realize that the world was destroyed by your progenitor? This is very cool. I'm really liking the game's story so far. It's starting to get, I like how they're piecing it together. I like the layers, like an onion.
This doesn't add up.
That's me right now.
Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago.
A second.
All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
Dude, you're just
That's
part of
your
her.
reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
We take
As
off the
you
headpiece.
wish.
Ooh.
Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy?
I mean, I get it.
I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose.
He looks like the Haitian from Heroes.
I've spent decades
NBC
searching
not paying the big
ruins of
bucks
the
anymore,
old
huh?
ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Thero robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime. And what you want to know
I understand.
is my name.
I understand your plight, my friend. I do.
Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try
Silence
asking
do
another
good?
question? Something less trivial.
Silence is golden. All right, I'm going to do the nice one here. No, I'm sorry, the smart one right here. Because I really am curious to know what's going on. What the heck is happening?
All right, Silence. You've made your point. I came to these ruins hoping to learn more about this Elizabeth Sobek. And I have, but I still don't understand my connection to her. Or why the Eclipse is trying to kill me. Or who Hades is. No answers, just one question after another.
Exactly.
Help you with that last
Which
one.
is why
Hades,
it's time
God
to
of the
expand
Underworld.
your frame of inquiry. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Pharaoh robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The old one's
There's a lot of good
civilization
stuff
was
right now.
destroyed, but life was saved.
And all from a bald guy you
Obviously.
never expected.
So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question.
Nice.
Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
I am. I'm surprised we've gotten this far in the story,
Why
you
are
know?
you still standing here?
I'm done with you. All right, well, I mean, let's use this as a learning opportunity. Might as well when we got
Not
the...
so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you still got questions,
Okay. Oh, yeah, we got questions, buddy. We got all sorts of questions. So we're learning lots about this whole thing. It's a combination of Metal Gear meets Fallout meets, you know, all sorts of nonsense, right? Let's see. Pharaoh robots, your intentions. Who is Hades? Tracking my focus. Yeah, let's talk about
Is there
Elizabeth.
any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
I'll give you a
it's
no
highly
on that,
unlikely,
hun.
but
A no on that.
not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals,
There
mostly,
we go.
an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Now we're getting somewhere.
Cryogenics, they called it.
We
there
are
were
Elizabeth
problems with
Sobek. We're cryogenically frozen.
Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found
Hey,
a
we
way to
just,
make
you
her
just,
system immortal.
you fool. You've given us all of the tools.
But this is speculation.
Sure it is.
Wasting time.
Sure it is.
Now,
Somebody
that's
spent their
enough
day
talking.
writing
Be
this
on
this
your
piece
way.
of dialogue, and it's just
Huh.
speculation.
I'm just getting started. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb.
True.
So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
What else are you doing, my man? I hate to say it, but your entire life's work, by the course of this game's narrative, will be crushed. I will find out more in like the 6 hours that it takes me to play this game all the way through than you have found in your entire, like, you know, 50 years of living. It's really hard to tell how old he is. Okay, so they mentioned something very important, I assume, to the story, and as to who the heck we are, which is cryogenics. The idea that maybe Elizabeth, can't get over that name, decided to freeze herself. But I mean, this is like the most important conversation we've ever had. Let's talk about the god of the underworld. Is that all
So
right?
far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders.
Hercules,
It's
Hercules.
Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse described him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades.
I see. The guy that
Didn't
said I
seem
was an
like a person
entity.
or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
But he gets paid very highly
All
for
that's
ASMR on
certain
Twitch.
Is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth.
We can handle it.
Has
No
to be.
problem. The
Hades
game's
is
just
using
throwing
the
up these
Eclipse to
crackers like we're not
resurrect
picking them up.
fellow
They're,
robots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop
easy.
them centuries ago, if she made special
we're
weapons,
drawing the dots.
maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of
It's-
so-called
They're just
super
giving us, dude, just for free, dude.
Maybe to stop the robots. The civilization
They're giving us the whole
had destroyed itself.
storyline. If we hadn't stopped to talk to this guy, we wouldn't know any of this. But I got the timeline now. It's very simple, okay? Ted Theodore Logan decided to make robots, and he became a big boy. Robots took over the world. Elizabeth said, hey, we got to build some weapons the size of Metal Gear to destroy these things. She did it. It worked, sort of. But she knew that the robots were going to come back, so she cryogenically froze herself. I'm just guessing, by the way. This is a blind playthrough, I promise you. And don't confirm or deny anything, by the way. I don't want to know if I'm right. But so far, she cryogenically froze herself. And that's who I am. But it messed with my memory because it's cryogenics. What the heck do you think was going to happen? Freezing all your brain cells. So that I could reawaken and deal with the robots yet again by finding the special weapons to wipe them out. What is the special weapon? Nerf blasters hidden inside the heart of a mountain. All right, this is very important. I don't normally do all the dialogue, but we gotta learn. What's up with you, dog?
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal.
Dude, that goatee makes it personal. You gotta tell me. I gotta know.
I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the eclipse?
I'm telling you, he was on NBC's Heroes many seasons
What
ago.
you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else. I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
Again, the goatee says all. I mean, that's a very independent choice for you. It makes you a little suspicious, not gonna lie.
You
Faro
said you've known
robots.
for some time that Faro war machines destroyed the civilization of the old ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the corruptors and deathbringers, they don't do those things.
That's very true. Want to
Not
give me the
yet,
answer to that?
So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable
Okay, the
of.
game gave me another breadcrumb. We're definitely going to find some robots that can self-replicate now that we've learned this little sweetheart part of the story. Understood. Let's get this last question
You've been
in.
using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can
Mark
hear.
Zuckerberg's
I
descendant.
know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
I call it
How do you
Facebook.
learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses,
Hmm.
And you
Okay.
can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
If you just ask them, they give up all your personal data. They give up all the personal data. They're dummies. Mark Zuckerberg to Harvard University. All right, I'm done with you, buddy.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
Space
The
Force?
place still exists. As a
Trying to
rumor.
draw lines.
The Asuram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde. Cheery name.
You'll find it in the eastern mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Neither can I. You've been a great help.
We'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved.
That's what I'm talking. Stand up for yourself, Aloy. We don't have to deal with the. We don't have to deal with rudeness.
Well, getting down will be a lot faster than getting up there, at least.
I believe
US
you.
Robot Command next. To learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
So it feels like, yeah, we're starting to really get into the secrets of the game, the narrative, what's happening. I'm telling you, I think. Not pay attention to that one. I think the game literally just gave it all away. I think because we asked those different questions, trophy earned, learned of the ancient past. It's proof. I've never played this before. By the way, where was this rope when I was headed up?
Snow will clear soon.
Just gotta ask for a
Like
friend.
breath on the air.
All right, before we do the next main quest item, let's take some inventory. Let's figure out where we are. You know, we've been doing this main quest pretty hard for a while. Suddenly we've made it down to the ground. But it's all getting real interesting. I gotta say, we're just about at the timer for the YouTube episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, I really hope that you've been enjoying. We got a lot of lore. We've learned the secrets of the ancients today, or whatever the heck that means, you know? So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, you might as well give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. If you haven't already, of course, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel or follow me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MechaWill, where we're playing this live. Welcome to join us. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye-bye.